15 game-changing bedroom finds to transform your space and make it easier to keep it tidy and clean. If you've subscribed to my channel for a while now, then you know I have covered my favorites for the kitchen, the bathroom, cleaning, organizing, but I've never talked items that I love for the bedroom. So today I am covering my top 15 picks, things that really help make this space more cozy, more functional, and help make it easier to clean. So I will be listing everything in the description below. Links will correspond with the number on the screen. Let's check them out. Let's kick it off talking my favorites for the most important part of this space, our bed or our bedding. So number one is going to be for those who have the problem that we had for the longest time, where you have a gap in between your mattress and your headboard. If you know, it's such a pain. Your pillow's always sliding down into it. If you're trying to sit up a little to read maybe before bed, it's not ideal because there's just that space in between. So they make a bed wedge, which just lays behind your pillow, perfectly fills in that gap. So now pillows aren't sliding down in there. And if you are trying to just sit up a little bit, either for sleeping purposes or to read or look at your phone or something before bed, you can now do so comfortably without having that gap in between. And the wedge that I will link in the description below, the one we have, has a pocket on each side of it, so you could store reading glasses, a remote, even your phone. So functional and useful too. Number two is for anybody who has a duvet and a duvet cover. If you know that when the two come untied from one another, like ours has ties in all four corners, but sometimes they come untied. And so what ends up happening is the duvet slides down into the cover and is all bunched at the foot of the bed. And we just have the flimsy cover really pulled up near us, and we want a nice fluffy duvet. So if you struggle with that problem too, then you would love these duvet clips. These are perfect. You simply stick them through and clip together the duvet and the duvet cover so that they are always attached. And when I first got these, I was like, but wait, are they gonna come undone in the middle of the night and end up, giving me a little prick with the pin? But no, they stay together until you push the button on the side to release them. So no fear of that. You get several in a pack. They are so useful. No more duvet bunching down into the cover. Number three are what I say are the best pillows out there. And listen, I'm like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I feel like I've tried them all. They're either too firm or too soft. These are just right. Now, these are called hotel pillows. And when I first heard the name, I was skeptical because I tend to think hotel pillows are actually not that great. A lot of times I find them way too soft. These are not. These are soft enough to be pliable that you can really mold them to sort of fit your neck and head how you like. They're also a cooling memory foam, which I love because I feel like my neck and head overheat whenever I sleep. So the cooling factor is really nice, but then they're not so firm that they're too stiff and not comfortable. They truly are just right. If you need good pillows, I would give them a try. We love them. My husband loves them. I get them for our guest room as well. I cannot say enough good things. I finally feel like I have landed on a good set of pillows after trying several over the years. Number four is a mattress vacuum. We know we have to flip our mattress and rotate it. Well, every now and then you also want to vacuum it. And listen, you can definitely use the attachment on a regular vacuum. What I love about this one is that it has UV lights to kill dust mites and vibrating plates that essentially shake the dirt and dust loose, so then it can be suctioned up. And you can use this for places other than a mattress. So I like to use it on our headboard, benches, seat cushions, the interior of the car, the couch, and so on. So definitely more than one use, but it's just a good practice to get into. And I like to maybe do this every 1 to 2 months. I try to make it a habit of just any time that I'm stripping all the bedding off to wash it, I then vacuum the mattress at the same time. Number five, I'm sure you have seen a million times, but they are really handy. That is a linen organizer. This is more so for our linen closet than our bedroom, but it's for the sheets. I really like these because they allow you to keep all the sets together. You're not like, where's the pillowcase for this set? It's like this way, they're all together. The queen set, the king set, twins, and so on. And so these are great if you have multiple sets of sheets. And most of them have a window so you can see which set of sheet is inside or labels. But I like to line these up on a shelf in the linen closet or inside the cabinet in our bathroom. It looks good. It keeps them together and protected from dust. Just a good organizational item for our sheets. Number six, I've talked about before with laundry hacks, but it is also for our sheets and our bedding. And this is a product called Wad Free. And what this does is this prevents the bedding burrito when you are washing and drying them. You know how they all get tumbled all together. Things get inside. It gets all balled up. Nothing dries. And it's such a pain. Well, you just put the 4/4 of your bedding, your sheets into the device, and it's gonna help prevent that burrito. Things don't ball up, things don't get inside, it dries evenly and more quickly. They make ones for sheets, and then there's one too for blankets and duvets. I will link both in the description below, but a definite game changer. I always use mine in the dryer, but you can actually use it in the wash as well. Number 7 is a game changer for cleaning or getting under low furniture. For us, our bed is really low to the ground. You can't get a vacuum under it. Or if I'm sliding the area rug in and out to clean or change it out, I can't lift it up and get under it. So these are furniture jacks that work just like a car jack. You put it underneath, hoist up the lever, and it will lift the furniture up. One person can do it, or you can have a person on each side. They are so easy to use, and they just get that low furniture up high enough so you could get a vacuum under there or move area rugs in and out. They are genius and so handy. Number 8 is a really useful tool for when you want to clean those tight spaces and you don't feel like messing with the jack. So if I'm just doing a really quick clean, maybe under the bed or under low furniture, I will use this. It is a skinny duster, and this is great because it can really slide under those tight, narrow spaces. So under the bed, under the refrigerator or the washer and dryer, but they have other uses too. You could walk around and dust your baseboards with these, get the trim around windows and doors. You could get the corners of ceilings and walls. So very multi-use, but definitely handy for the low furniture as well. And then number 9 is my favorite way to dust the ceiling fan in our bedroom or really anywhere in our house. This is a ceiling fan duster, and it's so genius because it slides over the blades so it gets the top and the bottom at the same time. Dust is not falling all below, which is nice because our ceiling fan is above our bed. So this way the dust is trapped inside, and it's so quick to just go around and clean each blade, and then I can just shake this off outside or rinse it clean. And then this too also has other uses. Again, you could walk around and still do your baseboards with it, trim, electronics, walls, and things like that, but it is so good, and the only reason I'm able to stay on top of keeping my ceiling fans clean. And then speaking of dusting, number 10 is my favorite life hack for dusting light fixtures, fake plants, any intricate little details. That is a set of microfiber gloves. They just work better than holding a rag or using a duster because you're wearing them on your hand. It just allows you to really get into the nooks and crannies of things better, or like I said, do light bulbs or light fixtures, but for fake plants, they're great as well to easily dust off the leaves. And then the best part, whenever you're done, you just toss them in the wash. And then if you want a way to help cut down on all the dust, an air purifier is not only gonna purify your air, but it does help keep dust at bay as well. I mean, not to say you're never gonna have to dust, but it just helps cut down on it. And so maybe can buy you time in between all the big dustings. So I love this one by Levoit. Of course, there's a ton of different air purifiers out there, but if you want one that's affordable, then this Levoit one is great. Now this is smaller, but I'd say great for a smaller room. If you have a large room, you probably need a bigger one, but for smaller bedrooms or an office or something, these work great. Number 12 is one of my favorite ways to keep charging cords tidy at our nightstand. It's these little clips. I'm sure you've seen these. They come in a pack with several, so you can put one on your nightstand and your spouse's nightstand. I have some in my office. You could put them in the kitchen, all around, but they obviously just hold your charging cord so that it's not always falling to the ground. So it's really nice because maybe I'm looking at my phone in bed and I don't have it charging. All I have to do is roll over, pull up on it. It's right there next to me, and just plug it in. And again, it's not falling to the floor whenever I'm not using it. So really inexpensive and affordable, but super useful. Number 13 is this outlet extender. What I love about this one is it allows you to have all the extra outlets up on the top of your nightstand, or this works great in an office on a desk as well. Whereas if you're using a power strip, the extra outlets are on the floor, or if you're plugging in a little outlet extender that goes into the outlet, sometimes then all of the extra outlets are there. This way, everything is up by the nightstand, so they're easier to access. So this obviously is perfect if you are charging multiple things like your phone and a watch and a clock and so on. So I just like that it has everything right there on top of your desk or nightstand. Number 14 are these night lights. They come several to a pack. Now we first got these for our son to have in his room, but honestly we use these all over. They're perfect in bathrooms, in the kitchen, maybe near your bed if you get up in the middle of the night. What I love about these is they just pop on when it gets dark, so you don't have to plug them in or turn them on, but then they have a dimmer as well, so you can adjust the lighting. And then lastly, number 15, this functional decor, which is the best kind. This is a stool or a poof or an ottoman that you can store things in. So we love this for our son's stuffed animals, but you could also use this for bedding or blankets. Now the only catch is as things come out of it, it deflates down. But what you could do is if you have blankets or bedding that you rotate out, then obviously there would always be something in while you're using the other one. And then when you're not using that, you swap it out. So something's always in there. Or in the case of our son, who has a ton of stuffed animals that he just does not want to part with, but he's not using. This way, they're hidden, they're, not all over the place. We have the cute decor there instead until he is ready to decide to part with them. All right, and there you have it, 15 bedroom favorites. Again, everything's gonna be linked in the description below. They're just some items that help make this space more functional and easier to clean and keep tidy because as we know, less mess, less stress.